Let me give it to you raw. If you are still broke after watching 100 motivational videos, it's not because motivation doesn't work, it's because you don't have a skill. Motivation without skill is like filling up a car with fuel but having no engine. You can shout, let's go all day, but the car is not moving. And that's what I'm going to break down for you today. This is not your typical motivational talk. In fact, I'm not here to motivate you at all. I'm here to show you why motivation is useless without skill and how you can actually build the kind of skills that pay for life. So buckle in because this will not be 5 minutes of hype. This is a deep dive, and by the time you finish watching this, you'll never look at motivation the same way again. You know what's crazy? We live in the most motivated generation in history. Everywhere you turn, there's motivation. Instagram reels, TikTok clips, podcasts, YouTube shorts. Wake up at 5 a.m., hustle harder, dream bigger, believe in yourself. We hear it every single day. But guess what? We are also the most broke generation. Motivated but broke, inspired but unskilled, hyped but unemployed. Why? Because motivation is not the same thing as skill. Motivation is a spark, and sparks feel good. They light you up for a moment, but sparks don't cook food. Sparks don't heat your house. Sparks don't build wealth. Fire does, and fire requires wood, and the wood is skill. That's why some people are watching motivational videos every single morning, yet their life looks the same every single year because they have confused the spark for the fire. They thought hype was enough. They thought feelings equal results, but feelings don't pay the bills. Skills do. Motivation is like sugar. When you eat sugar, you get a quick burst of energy, but then the crash comes. Same with motivation. You get hyped for a day, maybe a week, but by the next Monday, you are back to square one. It's not bad, it just doesn't last. The reason most people are addicted to motivation is because it feels good. It's like entertainment. You can binge motivation like you binge Netflix. But here's the problem: sugar doesn't build muscle, and motivation doesn't build skill. Think about it. You've seen those guys on social media shouting, I'll grind till I die. But in real life, they don't even have a skill to sell. They don't know how to design, how to write, how to market, how to trade. Nothing. They are motivated but useless. Sorry for using that word. And if you are useless, you can't get paid. You don't get paid for how motivated you are. You get paid for the problem you solve. And that requires skill. Let's talk about the trap. Society profits off your motivation addiction. The more you watch motivational content, the more views, the more ads, the more merch, the more books get sold. I'm not saying motivation is evil, no. I'm saying it was never meant to replace skill. Motivation is supposed to fuel your skill, not replace it. But most people treat motivation like it's the destination. They feel pumped and think they are progressing, but they are not. They are just entertained. Motivation without execution is entertainment. That's why some people have been watching a lot of motivational videos, yes, for 5 years straight, and their life has not changed one bit. I'll tell you a story. I knew a guy who could quote every motivational speaker word for word. He could recite affirmations, tell you about grind culture, even scream louder than the speakers themselves. But when it came to actually building something, he had nothing. His whole life was built on consuming, not creating. That's the trap. Confusing being hyped with being productive, and millions of people are stuck there. So let's cut the noise. What actually pays you? One thing, one thing only: skill. Skill is a repeatable ability that solves a problem for someone else. Notice I didn't say passion, I didn't say dreams, I didn't say motivation. I said skill because the world doesn't pay for your motivation, the world pays for your solutions. Let's list some skills that are paying right now. Virtual assistants, yes, being able to handle admin, email scheduling, businesses pay for that. Branding and design, web development, digital marketing, AI automation, forex trading, crypto knowledge, copywriting, video editing. These are skills that people pay for. Do you see the pattern? Every single one of these is a problem solving tool, and tools are what businesses and individuals pay for. Let me tell you a story. There was a VA who started at $5 per hour. Nothing glamorous, but she stayed consistent. She learned systems, she learned how to manage clients. She scaled to $50 per hour, then $100 per hour. Now she earns more than people who spent 6 years in university. That's skill. Another story, a web designer who built simple websites for local businesses. At first, he charged $100. Then, as his portfolio grew, he started charging 1,000, then $3,000. Another one, a video editor who started by editing free videos for friends. Within a year, he was charging 500 per video. Within 2 years, he was on retainer with multiple YouTubers making thousands monthly. All of these transformations had one common denominator: skill. Not motivation, not hype, not affirmations. Skill. Let me give you a practical framework. How do you actually learn a skill? Step one, pick one skill. Don't chase 10 at once. One. Step two, find where money already flows into that skill. Example, VA jobs on Upwork, design jobs on Fiverr, marketing contracts, etc. Step three, practice daily, not scrolling, practicing. Step four, package your skill, build a simple portfolio. And step five, sell it. Because skills without clients is a hobby, skills with clients is income. You don't get paid for the skill you know, you get paid for the problem you solve with it. Now, let's be honest. Some people even learn skills but still fail. Why? Because they quit too early, because they want instant results, because they never build discipline. Learning a skill takes patience. It takes falling on your face and getting back up. It takes boring days. But if you endure it, it pays forever. I know because I lived it. There were times I doubted myself, times I felt like giving up, times I wondered if it was worth it. But every skill I stacked became a weapon that nobody could take from me. Skills are powerful, but mentorship accelerates everything. No athlete gets to the top without a coach. No musician masters their craft without a teacher. No professional becomes elite without guidance. That's why I built Elevate VA Space and the field, because YouTube can teach you fragments, but mentorship gives you clarity, accountability, and also a community. Imagine this: you build one skill, you get your first $100 online, you get your first client, then your first high ticket deal. Next thing you know, you're no longer begging for jobs, you are creating your own economy. That's what skills do. They set you free. And in Elevate VA Space and also the field, all inside okaminolado.com, we don't stop at one skill. We stack them. We turn virtual assistants into digital empire builders. Even people who have no skill into digital empire builders. Listen, motivation might give you the spark, but skills give you the fire. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another hype speech. You need a skill. And if you are ready to stop being a motivation junkie and start being a skilled paid professional, that's exactly why I built ElevateVA Space and the field. I'm saying it again, all inside okaminolab.com, because the world doesn't pay you for your motivation, it pays you for your skill. So the choice is yours: more hype or real progress. I know what I choose. What about you?